Elon is furious once again, but this time it's because of what the James Webb Space Telescope has just uncovered. If anyone is determined to challenge what we think we know about the universe, it's Elon. Now, the discovery of possible city lights on Proxima b has him demanding answers. Could this be proof of intelligent life just 4.24 light-years away? Elon isn't backing down, and he's ready to push SpaceX to the next level to explore this potential alien civilization. But what did the James Webb Telescope really find? And what are Elon's next plans after this terrifying discovery? Part 1. The jaw-dropping revelation. Proxima b, discovered in 2016, has been a hot topic for astronomers ever since. It orbits Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf star that's just 4.24 light-years away. That might sound like a huge distance, but in space terms, it's practically next door. Proxima b is in the habitable zone, which means it's in just the right spot where liquid water could exist. But here's the catch. Proxima Centauri is a bit of a wild child. It throws out intense solar flares that could fry the atmosphere of any planet nearby. So, while scientists have always been curious about whether life could exist on Proxima b, the conditions didn't seem ideal for anything more than a few hopeful microbes. Enter the James Webb Space Telescope, the high-tech successor to Hubble. While Hubble gave us incredible images of distant galaxies and nebulae, Webb has taken things up a notch. It's like putting on infrared glasses and seeing the universe in a whole new way. Webb's main job is to peer deep into the cosmos and give us detailed information about distant planets, stars, and galaxies. And now, it's found something that might change everything we thought we knew about life beyond Earth. A faint glow, consistent and covering parts of Proxima b's dark side. This glow doesn't match the natural patterns we'd expect from volcanic activity or atmospheric reactions. Instead, it looks eerily familiar to the kind of artificial lights you'd see from cities here on Earth. You know, like the view from space where you see entire countries lit up at night, that kind of glow. The discovery is jaw-dropping, to say the least, and now the whole world is watching as astronomers try to figure out if we've just stumbled across proof of an alien civilization. Naturally, Elon Musk, always a few steps ahead of the rest of us when it comes to space, is probably already thinking about what this means for SpaceX and his long-term vision. I mean, Musk has been pretty clear that he doesn't just want to send humans to Mars. He wants to make us a multiplanetary species. He's constantly talking about the future of humanity in space, and now, with this potential discovery, that future suddenly seems a lot more interesting and maybe even a little terrifying. Because let's be real, if those lights on Proxima b are signs of an advanced civilization, that changes everything. For one, it means we're not alone in the universe. But more than that, it suggests there's a civilization out there smart enough to manipulate their environment in ways we only see on Earth. If they're intelligent enough to create vast cityscapes that glow in the night, then they're likely far ahead of us in terms of technology. Musk, who's no stranger to thinking big, is probably wondering, what could we learn from them? Could they have developed technologies we can't even imagine yet? But here's the flip side. What if they're not as friendly as we'd hope? It's the stuff of sci-fi horror movies, but it's a valid question when you're dealing with the unknown, especially when it involves potential extraterrestrial civilizations. You've got to consider all possibilities. Musk is probably weighing both sides. The thrill of discovery versus the potential risks of making contact with a civilization that might not have humanity's best interests in mind. After all, as Musk has pointed out before, we've got plenty of examples in human history of one civilization encountering another, and those encounters haven't always gone smoothly. Then there's the red dwarf star issue. Proxima Centauri is no ordinary star. It's volatile, with massive solar flares that would make life tough on any planet nearby. Yet, if the lights on Proxima b are truly artificial, then whoever lives there has figured out how to survive in an environment that would seem, at first glance, completely hostile to life. That, in itself, is mind-blowing. What kind of technologies would they have developed to protect themselves from those solar flares? Are they using advanced energy systems we haven't even begun to conceptualize yet? Musk, with his endless curiosity and drive for innovation, is likely already thinking about how these technologies could benefit humanity. After all, if a civilization on Proxima b can survive those intense conditions, maybe we could learn something from them that would help us deal with our own planetary challenges like climate change or energy shortages. Imagine if we could figure out how to harness the energy of our own star in a way that's similar to what these aliens might be doing. It's not just about interstellar travel anymore. It's about survival and thriving in even the most extreme environments. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, there's still a lot to figure out. The glow could be artificial, yes, but scientists are being careful not to jump to conclusions just yet. They're running all kinds of tests, checking and double-checking the data, trying to rule out any natural phenomena that might be causing the light. But if it turns out that this glow is indeed artificial, the implications are staggering. Not only would it be the first time we found direct evidence of extraterrestrial life, but it would also suggest that intelligent life can exist in places we never thought possible. And that's where things start to get really exciting for Musk and SpaceX. Proxima b is, relatively speaking, close to Earth. Sure, 4.24 light-years might sound like a lot, but compared to the vast distances between us and other exoplanets, it's practically within arm's reach. Musk, who's already working on making human space travel to Mars a reality, could very well pivot his focus toward Proxima b. After all, if there's a civilization out there that's developed advanced technology, wouldn't it make sense to send a probe, or maybe even humans, to learn from them? Of course, the logistics of that are mind-boggling. We're still working on getting humans to Mars, and that's a lot closer. But with Elon's track record of pushing the boundaries of what's possible, it wouldn't be shocking if he's already sketching out plans for how SpaceX might tackle interstellar travel. He's always been one to think big, whether it's reusable rockets, Mars colonies, or now possibly making contact with an alien civilization. As exciting as all of this is, it's also kind of overwhelming. We've spent so long wondering if we're alone in the universe, and now with this discovery, it feels like we're on the brink of getting an answer. The idea that there's a civilization out there, one that's potentially far more advanced than we are, raises so many questions. Who are they? What do they want? And more importantly, what does this mean for humanity's place in the universe? For Musk, this discovery is probably confirmation that we're on the right track. Humanity needs to explore the stars, not just for the sake of curiosity, but for the survival of our species. If we can learn from civilizations that have already figured out how to thrive in the harshest conditions, it could be the key to ensuring our future. But we also need to approach this discovery carefully. If the history of Earth has taught us anything, it's that first contact between civilizations can be fraught with challenges. Part 2. The implications of intelligent life, Elon Musk's vision, and the future of humanity. So we've got Elon Musk and the James Webb Space Telescope teaming up in what might be one of the biggest moments in human history: his possible alien city lights on Proxima b. If your mind isn't already racing with possibilities, trust me, it should be. Because we're not just talking about the distant hope of microbial life anymore. This could be the real deal, actual intelligent life. It feels like we're stepping into a new chapter of our understanding of the universe. And guess who's probably leading the charge? Yep, Elon. Let's take a minute to think about what this means for SpaceX. Musk has always had this vision of sending people to Mars, right? His entire mission with SpaceX has been built on the idea of making humanity a multiplanetary species. But what happens when you realize there's another civilization out there already doing what you're trying to achieve? What if they've already built cities, advanced technologies, and figured out ways to survive on a planet that's orbiting a star with wild, unpredictable flares? That's got to shake things up a bit for anyone thinking about Mars colonies. Now, here's the thing. Proxima b isn't just any old exoplanet. Its location in the habitable zone of Proxima Centauri, our closest stellar neighbor, means it has the potential to support life. And with the discovery of what could be city lights, it feels like we're getting closer to understanding just how possible life outside Earth really is. Elon must be thinking, if they can do it, so can we. But the stakes are high because this changes the entire conversation around space travel. Suddenly, it's not just about finding a backup home for humans. It's about discovering whether we're the newcomers in a galaxy already filled with advanced civilizations. If those lights on Proxima b turn out to be artificial, the first question that comes to mind is, how advanced is this civilization? We're talking about a planet that's 4.24 light-years away from us. If these aliens are capable of lighting up their planet like Earth's cityscapes, they're not just dabbling in technology, they've mastered it. And who knows how long they've been there. They could have been thriving for millennia, working with technologies we haven't even begun to dream of. That's got to be both exciting and intimidating for Musk. On one hand, there's this endless curiosity. What could we learn from them? Could they have answers to the problems we're grappling with on Earth, like sustainable energy and climate change? Maybe they've found ways to use energy from their volatile star, Proxima Centauri, in ways we haven't even considered yet. Musk has always been about pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and this discovery might provide the next big leap. Imagine learning from a civilization that's been living under conditions that would challenge even the most robust Earth-based technologies. There's no doubt that Elon is already dreaming up ways to make contact, or at least to study these lights in greater detail. But of course, there's also the potential for danger. We've all seen enough movies to know that not every alien civilization is going to welcome us with open arms. And if they've been around long enough to develop advanced technologies, who knows what kind of defense systems they might have in place. It's entirely possible that if we make contact, it won't be on friendly terms. Elon's a smart guy. He's got to be thinking about all the risks involved. Do we send signals to them, or do we observe from a safe distance and keep an eye on them? It's a fine line between curiosity and caution, especially when you're talking about the possibility of interacting with extraterrestrial life. Now, let's circle back to the idea of city lights. The fact that these lights have been detected on the night side of Proxima b is both thrilling and baffling. First off, how are they generating enough energy to light up significant portions of their planet's surface? Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf star, much cooler and dimmer than our own sun, which means their energy sources would likely be far different from anything we use here on Earth. Are they tapping into geothermal energy? Maybe they've developed nuclear fusion, something Elon has been interested in for years. Or could they have access to something even more exotic like antimatter or zero-point energy? If they figured out how to harness energy from their star in ways we haven't even thought of yet, that's a game changer. Musk is always talking about the future of energy, whether it's solar power, battery storage, or even fusion reactors. But if this civilization has unlocked a new form of energy, we're looking at a revolution that could impact not just space travel, but life on Earth as we know it. Imagine if we could tap into that same kind of power. What would that mean for everything from transportation to infrastructure to global economics? The potential here is mind-boggling. And speaking of energy, let's not forget the biggest elephant in the room. How are they surviving Proxima Centauri's violent solar flares? Those flares are no joke. They can strip away an atmosphere in no time, making it nearly impossible for life to exist on the surface of a planet like Proxima b. At least that's what we've always thought. But if these lights are proof that there's an advanced civilization there, it means they've figured out a way to protect themselves from their star's outbursts. Maybe they've developed some sort of shield technology, or perhaps they live underground or in fortified cities. Whatever the case may be, it's clear they're far more advanced in terms of dealing with harsh space environments than we are. Musk has to be fascinated by this. After all, the idea of surviving in extreme conditions is central to his Mars plans. If these aliens have cracked the code on how to thrive in such a volatile environment, Musk is definitely going to want to learn from them. But it's not just about the tech. There's also the philosophical and ethical questions this discovery raises. If we do find out that there is an advanced civilization on Proxima b, what's our next move? Do we make contact? Do we stay silent and observe? And more importantly, how will this discovery change the way we see ourselves as a species? For centuries, humans have looked up at the stars and wondered if we're alone. If those lights are proof that we're not, it's going to spark a whole new wave of questions about our place in the universe. This is where Musk's vision for humanity comes into play. He's always talked about the importance of becoming a spacefaring species, not just for exploration, but for survival. If we're not the only intelligent beings in the universe, it might push us to move faster, to innovate more aggressively, and to ensure that we're ready for whatever comes next. It's no longer just about surviving on Earth or building a colony on Mars. It's about becoming a civilization that's capable of interacting with other intelligent life forms. But with that comes responsibility. Elon knows that making contact with another civilization, especially one that's potentially far more advanced than ours, requires a delicate approach. History has taught us that when civilizations meet, the results can be unpredictable. often leading to conflict. So how do we handle this? Do we send probes? Do we try to communicate? Or do we watch from afar, trying to learn as much as we can before making any bold moves? One thing's for sure. This discovery is going to put pressure on humanity to figure out its long-term space strategy. Musk has always been ahead of the curve, but now, with the possibility of alien life on Proxima b, it feels like the future is knocking on our door. And we need to decide how to answer. Let's not forget the public reaction. People are already buzzing about the possibility of city lights on Proxima b. If the discovery is confirmed, it's going to spark an explosion of interest in space exploration. Governments, private companies, and regular people alike will want to know more. The push to explore Proxima b will gain momentum, and Musk is probably going to be at the forefront of it all, leading the charge into this new era of discovery. So what's next? Well, scientists are going to keep studying those lights, gathering more data, and trying to rule out any natural explanations. If they come to the conclusion that the lights are indeed artificial, it's going to open up a whole new chapter in space exploration. And with Elon Musk's drive, curiosity, and passion for space, you can bet that SpaceX will be involved in whatever comes next.